Hey everybody, Jester Borris with I Want to Be a GM, joined today by
Troy, the Planescape guy, and do we have something special for you tonight right here in the studio?
new product here, the Deck of Many Things, returning to 5e in a new form. Yes,
It's
and
so pretty.
Troy, you've eliminated a lot of players, killed a lot of characters, and done a lot of bad things with this, so
It wasn't my fault.
they did
Greed kills the player characters.
they did choose to draw from the deck, and
Yes.
so the deck has seen several evolutions. This particular one that we've got today has got some really cool stuff in it. To start with, before we open the box, let me tell you what's in the box.
What's in the box?
The Book of Many Things, a 192-page hardcover book for players and dungeon masters, inspired by the Deck of Many Things. The Deck of Many Things itself, expanded to 66 unique cards, and an 80-page hardcover card reference guide, showcasing each card in the expanded deck. It does mention here for use with 5th edition, Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, and DMG. So this is an expansion or something that can go straight into the basic game. No other content required. So
Does it have waivers for you to sign before you start drawing cards?
can
Can we open it, please?
yes, open the box.
I've been looking forward to this all day.
Did you sign your waiver?
Well, I haven't drawn from the deck yet.
Okay. Often seen at the hands of the goblin vendor at the end of the alley, or the shifty planer tiefling. There we go. Show us what's in the box, Troy. Oh, cool! We got cardboard.
We got
There's
cardboard
in the box.
Cardboard.
Ah.
Fancy cardboard. Ooh. This is the Book of Many Things. Look at there. Look at there.
Mhm.
Ooh.
That's that one. Guys, we are live on Discord as well right now. So if you're catching us on YouTube, you missed us live on Discord. So we got a second camera set up. Hey, everybody on Discord out there.
Hey, everybody on Discord and YouTube out there.
So what do you got there, Troy?
This is the book of Many Things, and it's the first time I'm seeing it, so I'm taking a minute here to just browse through.
This looks like the cards over here.
Wow.
What the heck? Okay.
Preparing to use the deck. This is getting into some rules and stuff.
Open with care, no sharp objects.
I didn't use my knife.
I was just implying.
Oh, because I'm dull. I got it.
It's the end of the year and we're been really busy. So here we go. Yeah, we got the deck of. Okay, so this is the card reference guide here.
Ooh.
Full page art.
So this has keys next to the descriptions of the different cards, referencing how the cards are described now, all the way back to first edition and earlier.
Yeah,
using the King of Clubs for certain cards. And
yeah, because we actually saw the inclusion of a deck of many things as far back as White Box.
Yes.
So it's been with the game since the beginning. See here.
Oh no. Draw two.
Oops.
Can I get a reverse card, please?
It is not Uno.
Oh, this is going to be... Wow, this is going to be neat.
Let's see what I've got over here. Okay, so these are the card descriptions.
This is talking about using it as a tarot as well.
Well, that's what I was
fortune tell.
Right, that's what I've got here. So I've got upright and reversed meanings.
Yeah, reverse is bad. Reverse is never good.
Well, not always.
Never, no.
You know, like the comet.
Okay, what's the comet in reverse? Ooh, check that out.
Well, so a place, a ruin where a terrible event had occurred in the past, but might be haunted now. So,
right.
You know, not where you're going to be, where you're going to have a comet dropped on your head, but something happened there in the past.
You know, we haven't opened yet?
The cards themselves.
The cards themselves.
But tarot spreads and cool things of that nature.
Terror spreads.
Tarot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Here, I'm not supposed to use a knife to open these.
Okay, really nice.
With gold foil.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're larger than regular playing cards.
Well, these look like standard tarot size.
Yeah, they look like the standard tarot size. I have a set of tarot somewhere. Oh.
All right.
Ooh, man. Man, that's really nice quality. Really good card stock to make cards out of. Artwork is very cool. 5th edition.
Ooh.
5th edition, nice art.
Here's the ooze.
Ooh, ah.
There you go. And some side on the Discord, guys.
Yeah, that bothers me. There's a beholder there.
It's an aberration, not a beholder.
Well,
it's scarier.
It is scarier. Campfire, cavern. Ooh, construct. It's a
modern.
Modern, yeah. Ooh, a corpse.
That's
looks
what most
like
of my players end up being.
Looks like an elf full of arrows. That's never good, right?
And
Crossroads. Ooh, a door. When is a door not a door?
when it's ajar.
Ah, I knew it.
I'm a mechanic. We tell that one all the time. It's mostly just to annoy the other guy, so it'll go away. Ooh.
This is really.
This is flames. Guys, we will put pictures together for this. It's the only way to really show these off well is to take a few pictures. But these are cool.
These are very cool.
Mr. Producer, if you could. So, we'll have Mr. Producer show off some cards here and dig through this book a little bit more. This is pretty cool.
These books are really here. Trade me.
But no, what? I was okay.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. The upright and the reverse meanings of the different cards.
Well, if you get
Pretty
to the
cool.
beginning of it, they actually have layouts, tarot layouts. Your standard 4 card, 7 card, and that sort of stuff.
Well, as you're using them for tarot reading, so you have a person, creature, or trap, place, treasure, and situation. And then you reverse those if the card's reversed. So
I didn't get a chance to read it, but it looked like there was a way maybe to generate a one-shot or some sort of quick dungeon with those. Ooh, wait. Now we're talking about decks of wonder.
yes, there were several decks.
The deck of many more things.
Wow. Yeah, so you can use the cards to fortune tell for yourself, it looks like.
Yeah, during play.
And during play. In addition to using an adventure spread to plan your adventures, you can also use it during play, simultaneously giving the players a glimpse into the future and planning their demise. I mean, their adventure. An easy way to do this is to plan a social encounter with a fortune teller near the end of a session of play. The fortune teller's table suggests a description. Taking the role of the fortune teller, lay out your cards in an adventure spread in view of your players, narrating as you go. When the players speculate on the meaning of the cards, use their ideas to interpret the spread. Of course. Players always will give you the worst case scenario that they are dreading, and you can just build on that.
What's the next dungeon? Oh, you guys don't want to fight a trash? There's 2.
Well, your player's like, oh, so the card means this thing, and then your dungeon master's over there like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, taking notes.
It would be a horrible thing if that monster were to come back in through that door. We just
Monster comes back in through the door. Got it.
It'd be a horrible thing if the dungeon started to flood right about now.
Dungeon.
You hear
flooding.
water trickling in the distance. Your feet are wet and cold. Yeah.
So
hey, here's your card, Jester.
Woo.
Well, it kind of looks like you. Yeah. An optimistic person who laughs at their own misfortune. I haven't heard you laugh at your misfortune.
Well, you
I've heard
have
you cuss
to
it out a few times.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Or a person who laughs at the misfortunes of others.
That's the one.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Well, I was picking through here. They've got a dungeon map. Let me see. This is for the moon card. It looks like.
So the artwork here is spectacular, people.
Oh, that was a spectacular artwork.
It was. It was spectacular. It was very spectacular.
Okay, so yeah, this is for the moon card. This chapter details the Moon Stalkers, a thieves' guild of evil lycanthropes that dungeon masters can use in any D&D setting as criminals, rival treasure hunters, or potential patrons. Characters who draw the moon card from a deck of many things might cross the Moon Stalker's path, since that card grants wishes that the Moon Stalkers want to acquire. Oh, grants wishes. Heck yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some of the things that the deck of many things could do for you would be like grant wishes, but you better. I think one of them, I forget which one it was, could give you a wish.
Well, we were talking earlier about the old school death card, where a
Yes.
minor death shows up, and if you can't kill it, it destroys your existence. You know, you're destroyed, which means like completely.
My
Yeah,
favorite
if
part
you,
is that the guy who drew the card has to fight that alone, and if other people go to fight the other death, more deaths show up.
Yes, because it's not necessarily a death that you have to fight, but it's a monster.
Well, it was a
Like
minor. It was a minor death. There was another one
Yeah.
that was
There's another one.
that
Yes.
was like no, it was like you have to take on the next encounter all by yourself.
Yeah.
Or, was that the comment in that
Yeah.
one? You got the old stuff there, Troy. I'll see if I can find the new one.
So we're gonna do some compare and contrast. Going back to first edition. Woo!
89.
First edition, DMG, page 142, has a deck of many things. At that time, it only had 22 cards. That's 22. It's this many.
Actually, we happen to have an old deck of many things here.
Be careful. Oh, yes. Don't draw any. You can shuffle them, but you can't draw any.
You want to draw some?
Yeah.
Come on, Troy, take a card.
Take a draw card, any card. So
See, there's the comment here.
this is a set of props from first edition back in 1984, 85. It came out of a Dragon magazine, and these are punch cards, kind of like you get some cheap business cards. You can see they're roughly the size of the magic cards everybody uses today. I got them inside some penny sleeves to protect them. Let's see here. So you're looking at the comment, right? There's the sun.
And then we'll show these off here, Mr. Producer. Let's show
Okay.
these off real quick.
So the comet, the player must single-handedly defeat the next monster, single or plural, meaning if there's one or more than one, you have to fight the next monster
Oh
To
no, it's a
Taras.
Taras. When did that
of
happen?
hostile nature, or this benefit will be lost. If you are successful, the character moves to the midpoint of the next level of experience. So if you're 10th level, you move halfway through 11th level experience points. If you win. If you don't win, you don't win. However, there are other ones that if you don't win are going to be even bad.
You just die.
Yeah.
And that was the thing about this one, that so yeah, you had to fight whatever was coming next. Let me pull this other book here real quick, because there's a chapter in the Book of Many Things on the comet. Let's see. And
Yes.
this one I think is alphabetical, right? Nope.
I don't know. We just looked at that a minute ago.
A B C.
There it is.
All right.
Comment. It was alphabetical.
So, a comet with an enormous tail streaks across the winter sky at night, outshining the stars. The comet card brings dire warnings or devastation. And then, so this book, has the tarot style meanings. So, person, a serious person with a gloomy outlook, perhaps carrying bad news. Treasure, a treasure that carries a curse, or one whose power is destined to be used for destructive ends. So that's kind of cool. Let's see here. In this one, though, we got so the comment, page 89 in the Book of Many Things. The heralds. Oh, sorry. There we go. Troy. It starts with "The end is near." So there we go. The comment. This chapter details the heralds of the comet, an apocalyptic sect that plans to use the original deck of many things to bring about the end of all things. So this has got like a lot of flavor around the deck, is what this book's starting to seem like.
Yeah, that's
So-
got a lot of side stuff.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like a description of what the card does, but like, so they go on to talk about here, the Heralds of the Comet is a secret organization with a sinister agenda. Believing the multiverse is a flawed creation, members of this cult look forward to the
Oh.
end of all worlds and planes of existence.
There's a it's not a cult. It's one of the factions in Sigil that believe that as well.
Yeah, so they probably would get along just fine with these guys.
Oh, absolutely.
So they got... Yeah, it goes on here. We got several NPCs. Here, front of the comment. There's a cult hideout. Yeah, so we got some different maps that are available and some things that nature. And for you guys over there.
I'm looking at some of the
Just made me think. We were
wow,
talking-
so this is okay. Can you find for me in there the donjon?
Yeah, just so I can see. You've got one here.
I'm not seeing it
All right,
here.
page. It was in there. I know the card exists.
I saw the card earlier.
There he is. There he is. Okay.
132. So. Because
Wow.
it didn't. Wasn't that one where you just like you were immediately teleported to prison? It was like playing Monopoly.
Right, but I've noticed from the original Greyhawk set, from the 1974 box set release, original rules, this card is not listed because there are only 18 cards with 2 jokers. So the deck is expanded every year that it was listed in one
Yeah,
of the books.
and if you guys are interested in the history of it, it's had a lot of iterations. So definitely dig into it a little bit. It's very cool. So yeah, here. Okay, this is this is not just a dungeon, Troy. This is the dungeon sphere.
Oh, that's no.
It looks like a Dyson
No.
sphere built by the Borg, ready for everything. Let's see here. This chapter, intended for DMs, details a dungeon called the Dungeon Sphere.
Donjon. It's a donjon. It's Donjon. It's donjon.
Yes, the old English spelling.
It is.
Yes,
Okay.
that's how we get dungeon. Because no
Well,
one wanted to say donjon.
It's a
Because my
donjon.
mustache doesn't twirl anymore.
No, it's donjon.
The Dungeon Sphere is a metal sphere that drifts through the astral sea. So there you go. Anybody who's got Spelljammer. Yep. Centuries ago, an unknown species of intelligent beings built the sphere to capture and contain specimens from across the cosmos. Oh, there we go. It's a menagerie. See, it's not so bad. It's like a zoo.
Star Trek loves those.
I think Twilight Zone did an episode of that.
Yeah, well, Kirk was in a couple of them, so.
Okay, so I'm gonna go real quick here. So what you're doing there on the donjon?
Well, so definitely, yeah, we got all new location though.
Okay.
Now it's the Dungeon Sphere, but Troy, I was pretty sure it, like teleports you immediately to somewhere.
So in the first in the white box, 1954 or 74, it's not in there at all. That card. However, in first edition,
The best one.
the donjon, the short description is you are imprisoned.
just done.
Go directly to jail. Do
The
not have to
donjon
go-
card signifies imprisonment, either by spell or by creature being at your option, meaning the DM's option.
Yeah.
All gear and spells are stripped from the victim in any case.
Oh wow.
And I just want to make there's a period, so that's it. Your character's not dead, but you are forever imprisoned, and you are not to be.
What does it say? Forever or just?
No, you're imprisoned. Done. Period.
Yes.
This signifies imprisonment. So you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Drawing another card.
So
Want to
yeah.
take another card?
Well, yeah, if I could, but I'm in jail and they don't like that. So.
Well, I mean, yes, that is the thing.
Say hey to the people joining us there on Discord. We are going, of course, through the deck of many things, which actually has 2 books and a whole bunch of cards. So,
It was really cool stuff. I'm just curious where it's at in here. Donjon signifies imprisonment either by spell or creature, the DM's pleasure. All your spells are stripped from the victim in any case. Where these items are recoverable is up to the DM as well. Draw no more cards.
oh, there you go. So, what is that you're reading out of? Because that's not a standard. That's an expanded book.
This is the Encyclopedia Magica, Volume 1. These are a set that came out during
Second edition, right?
second edition.
Yeah.
Yes. I had I stripped the gear there for a minute. I could smell the burning. So, yeah, the Encyclopedia Magica are magic items, and there's 4 of these books. These are all magic items that are standard or not so standard, or variations thereof. So,
Yeah.
like here with the deck of many things, you have the deck of many things. You have Jane's deck of many things. There's a deck of illusions. The deck of many things Mark II. And let's see, there's another one back here. Anyway, so there's several different kinds of them that are out there. And also, I'd like to point out in the first edition DMG, it said that if the DM got a wild hair, like we always do, you can just make your own.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And pick them. Use a deck of cards. Pick out how many you want to use, and just write down your own list of what kind of crazy effects you want it to have. And ta-da! There you go.
So, again, this book seems to be the additive around the theme of the deck of many things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I flipped through here, Troy, and I got kind of late in the book, and we're talking now about the skull.
The skull.
one of the things that made me stop. There's a couple of NPCs as part of this section here. The Grim Champion of Bloodshed.
Wait a minute.
Mr. Producer, show that out for me. There's the yeah, so I'm gonna go back and check this out here. What we got going on with the skull? The Grim Champion of Bloodshed. That sounds
The Grim Champion of Bloodshed.
Yeah.
That just sounds like that sounds like somebody's gonna give you a bad day. Okay,
Man,
these
these
are
cards
all
look great. I found the skull.
locations. There it is.
so.
These
Well,
are
Mr. Producer's
locations. Okay.
showing that up on the one side. Can you show that up here for
Oh,
our
you bet.
Oh,
Discord?
you didn't keep going. There's also the Grim Champion of Desolation and Pestilence.
Ooh, Pestilence.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'll get that book back to Mr. Producer and get that onto our Discord guys as well.
So let's see. Sun, Moon, Star, Throne, King, Gem, the Void. The
Yeah.
skull, right?
Yeah. So
So let's see.
there we go, team. Right over there. By the way,
So this is a Jack of Clubs. Jack of
no, it's the skull, not the jacket.
no. on this setup here.
Oh, white box.
Yeah. So the white box says lose 1 point of your prime score.
So, for example, if you were a fighter, that would be either your strength or constitution. Typically, your strength.
Right. So in first edition, that became something a little more exciting.
Oh yeah, what do you got over there then?
Defeat death or be destroyed.
That's the one we were. Yeah, I knew there was a death one.
Yeah.
So,
It gets a little more exciting.
all right.
You a minor death. And
He's
I'm not-
only a minor one.
Is this a minor one? 33 hit points, minus 4 AC, which would be in 5th edition. What is that like?
It's
six?
Stacko, like he's 100,000 to hit. or
Yeah.
something.
I can't do math right now. Anyway, it strikes with a scythe for 2.8 damage, never missing.
Oh yeah.
Always strikes first every round, and the character must fight it alone. If others help, they also get a minor death to fight.
Minor deaths for everyone.
For everyone.
Death has no child labor laws. All the minor deaths.
If the character is slain, he is slain forever.
So no
treat-
wish.
Treat the death as undead with respect to spells, cold, fire. They do no harm. Neither does electrical. Blah 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 blah.
So in the Deck of Many Things reference book here, the skull, a skeletal figure is shrouded in a swirling robe, though its skull is clearly visible. The skull card is a reminder of the universality of death and the fact that everyone must confront death alone.
Yes.
So-
So what I'm seeing here, this book talks about the technical side of the cards,
some of it, but still, you know,
but
this
this
is
other book talks about the
Well-
story side of the cards.
well, and it seems there's a story around the Deck of Many Things.
Right. But I mean, if I want to incorporate that particular card somehow into my campaign, this is going to give me all the ideas.
Or it seems like if you were to do your tarot reading, they've got some instructions in the front here again for that looks like story construction, or they've suggested doing it at the end of a session
Mm-hmm.
to play in your next one. So this chapter details the grim harrow, doomed undead that seek the Deck of Many Things in all its forms so they can destroy it and end their own existence. So if
So
that card
minor-
happens to show up, so if say you're doing your layout
Yeah.
and that card happens to show up, well, it seems like now I've got some crazy high level NPCs with what's your? I mean, again, they had the
Minor deaths for everybody.
yeah. Well, you know, the Grim Champion of Desolation. By the way, the Grim
man.
Champion of Bloodshed has a legendary action of induce violence. Just induce violence.
How do you induce violence?
Well, it just does. The target must succeed on a DC 19 Wisdom saving throw. So it's a pretty high bar.
It does.
So yeah, I mean, but so if you draw the skull and then you get to include this, right? So the Grim Harrow,
Yeah.
doomed undead that seek the Deck of Many Things in all its forms so they can destroy it and end their own existence.
Wow.
But the Deck of Many Things has multiplied through the multiverse. The Grim
Oh.
Harrow's goal has become increasingly difficult. Nevertheless, this menace scours the multiverse for any version of the deck, destroying anyone or anything that gets in its way.
That's just
So
not,
now if you happen to draw that, it comes up somebody, say for example, it almost is like a beacon. There's several different things where as soon as magic is activated, somebody knows about it somewhere.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Particularly high level magic, like a
Yes.
deck. Well, so these guys are gonna feel that pulse. They're gonna be attracted to that. Now you've got some of these guys showing up here. So when the skull card is drawn from a deck of many things, an avatar of death appears, hell bent on slaying its summoner. In this way, the infamous deck has claimed many mortal souls. These souls don't pass peacefully into the afterlife, nor do they simply vanish. Marked by the avatar of death, these souls instead rise as evil undead linked to the deck. For centuries, these undead aimlessly wandered the multiverse until a grim champion began seeking out its fellow victims and forged those it found into a force called the Grim Hair. So, yeah, this is kind of cool because now we're starting to see some of the history of the deck, right? In that passage, if you had drawn the death card in first edition, you would be destroyed and unrecoverable. Now, when the death shows up, because it tells you right here, when the skull card is drawn, an avatar of death appears. If he kills you, though, now you become an undead linked to the deck and could be collected into the Grim Harrow.
Okay. So the avatar of death that they're talking about there, is that one of those guys on the next page? Or is that
no? I think
it's just a minor death that shows up here. But these guys sound
I think these are just some of the big NPCs that come in. Let's go them over here. So
would Avatar of Death and Death's Avatar be different? Because I know in some of the other books where they say Death's Avatar, that's death.
as the deity of
Right,
death, yeah.
right. So can I challenge him to like a game of Twister?
Ooh,
Or
Connect 4, Battleship.
Battleship.
I don't know. So let's see here. There's these champions. The Grim Champion of Bloodshed. Wynamar Brack was once a farmer, but mercenaries in a local war razed her fields and sacked her village. In desperation, she yielded to the clever patter of a traveling fortune teller and drew from a deck of many things.
What was okay?
So these are actual NPCs.
Armor class 18, 280 hit points.
Well, that's their hardcore stuff. So
Yeah, it's just the minor death.
Anytime you see something with legendary actions, so you know you're dealing with something.
Mr. Producer made that comment last month when we were talking about dragons or something.
Oh,
he's like, if they have it, or demons. Like if it's a demon, it's a badass, but if it's a named demon, it's worse.
Yeah, worse.
You're like Pit Fiend or Osmodon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
bad.
I mean, it says character race Pit Fiend, but still.
Yeah.
So these guys, these are unique monsters.
Yes.
Meaning there's one of.
Oh yes.
That's good that there's only one of them.
Oh, I don't know about good. Wreathed in searing fire. So, but this is kind of cool. So if you draw the death card or it comes in here, now I've got some guys I can harrow, particularly higher level adventurers.
Yes.
Right? So if you get out of Curse of Strahd or you make your way through Planescape and you end up in 13 to 15, that's kind of cool.
So if you're tuning in late with us, we're talking tonight about the deck of many things. We did an unboxing. We're looking at all the cool stuff inside. And if you call within the next 30 minutes, we can get one on sale for you. That's how they do it on QVC, right?
555 deck.
So,
oh man, I tell you what though, this is cooler than just because I thought it was going to be neat just to have another like updated deck of many things.
Yeah, this is very, very cool.
And all of this stuff is really nice quality. I mean, you guys.
Oh, it's a sweet.
The book here is textured. It's flat black with gold. I mean, it's really cool. This is nice to hold in my hands, and the artwork is phenomenal. All of 5e's artwork has been great.
It's definitely not the entry level poker tournament.
Oh yeah. The Hoyle level of cards that I bought
Yeah.
2 pack of at the gas station because I keep losing them. No, this is nice. And then
you need some actual adventurers to handle these.
I like the idea too here of being able to utilize this. One of the things that was neat about the Curse of Strahd was the Vistani had a deck, like a fortune teller's deck in the book, in the story.
They did.
And
they actually had a prop for that.
Yeah, Wizards released those cards so that you could bring them in and use those as in your game as the dungeon master telling the story. So it was very cool. To be able to do this here, they've got divinatory spreads, creating an adventure spread. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 7-card spread. I mean,
Yeah, this
the building of variant dungeons.
this book is full of ideas for adventures and campaigns. I don't even know if you could do any of these as a one shot. That some of them seem a little more complicated.
They look like they're more like add-on NPCs, things that are connected to the lore of or seeking the deck themselves, things like that. So, like we saw earlier with the moon card, there was a moon cult. The death card has some crazy undead associated with it. The comet just brings calamity. So, and then again here as we get back to this book, upright and reversed meanings when you're dealing with the deck, and what's cool is there it leaves a lot of things to interpretation. So you and your players could sort of guide the story as you need to, or build off of things dynamically. I could see this being a really cool tool for a game master to write up an adventure. Sometimes
Absolutely.
you know,
My mind's going 100,000 miles an hour every time I turn a page. I'm like, oh my god! I mean, for crying out loud, they put maps in here
yeah,
for different places where these NPCs live and strike out to find the cards or do different things.
well,
You
beyond
find
that,
yourself accidentally teleported too.
could be, yeah,
Could be.
Troy, I wanted you to talk a little bit about how you've had the deck of many things appear before, because you did a lot of Planescape, and it's fairly easy to have it appear in Planescape, but the deck can appear anywhere.
Yes, because there's not necessarily one deck.
Right.
So, like a lot of products, if I am going to try to make a profit on these products, I'm going to make multiple copies of it.
Yes, at court.
So, so, which is one of the reasons why in this volume there are multiple copies that are variants of the deck of many things.
Right.
And there's a deck of illusions, and there's the different through the years, even the cards have changed.
Yeah.
And they even encourage the dungeon masters that feel a little more creative to make your own deck.
Mm-hmm. Before we get too deep into the explanation on that, I see we got a question here from Star. Let's go ahead and take Star's question. Yeah, he's got his hand raised. He's on the Discord, guys. Again, if you're catching us on YouTube, we appreciate it, but you can participate with us live when we're live on Twitch, or come on over to our Discord and interact with our community of dungeon masters over there. Okay, so
how do I do that?
Well, he's muted right now himself, but you've also got to turn your speaker back on.
Yeah.
So,
I gotta turn my bear with.
The deck of many things has other cards. Like, I'm imagining this in my mind like Pokemon cards, right? Can I go to a store and just buy individual cards and build my own deck of many things?
Well, that could be. Well, check it out.
Local pub?
Perhaps the deck has no power until you've gathered all the cards.
Right.
Or, because we've done that too, like the Rod of Seven Parts. Now the deck could become a central treasure or object of chase, trying to keep cards out of the hands of bad guys that would use them for ill intent, like the Comet card,
Mm-hmm.
or trying to find it to change yourself. Perhaps there was a variant card and everyone got turned into chicken-headed adventurers. And you have to go and undo this. But the only thing that can undo that is the deck of many things. There's so many different options there.
So how do I get Star on here?
Well, Star is, he's now one of our speakers.
There he is.
But there you go. So, hit us with it, Star.
I noticed you had a small black book next to you.
This
As
one.
a reference, which is that part of the unboxing? or
No,
is
sir. This is the Encyclopedia Magica Volume 1.
It's from the second edition years.
Yeah, we were using it to reference some of the things that were done with the deck of many things. These were very cool supplements for second edition, and was not included in the kit. So the box itself, since you were a little late, is the card box. The book here, that is the card explanation booklet, and this is a hardback as well.
Mm-hmm.
That all has this cool dust cover. Oh yeah, and then the Book of Many Things, which is the companion to the Deck of Many Things. So that's everything that's included in the set. I've been really impressed. Like I said, I was looking at the book earlier. The quality on this thing is really, really nice. The art is really cool. I'm actually really impressed with this set because
this book is full of ideas for campaigns or dungeons.
NPCs that will chase
NPCs. Oh my
your
God.
party because they've drawn a card, or any number of things. So this has been really cool.
So-
What's nice about this from a 5e perspective is that it's a true add-on and not some adventure.
Yes.
This is the kind of material that we've been yearning for as older game masters, where now I've got a thing and it's up to me to use it. You know,
Yeah.
it's not the Curse of Strahd, it's not the adventure in Planescape where I've got like a primer, I'm going to go and be exploring a world setting. But if you don't, then you have to take the extra effort to build a whole world setting. This can go anywhere. The box here mentions that it is for use with Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, and Dungeon Master's Guide. So just the 3 core books. You
Yeah.
don't need anything else to make this work.
That actually surprised me. That it didn't come out and say Fizban's this or one of the other.
Yeah,
know,
the Monsters of the Multiverse, or,
right? It's just the core 3. So when I first saw that, I'm like, wow, this has got to be stripped back to the basics. It's stripped back to the basics, so to speak, but they expanded and gave so much history on each of the different cards. It's just, I can't wait to use. I got to do something with it.
I mean,
I'll tell you this, Star. We've known you for a little while now, and I know some of the things that you're doing, especially with Planescape. One of the things that I would do in Planescape, I would have a Tifling in the corner of the bar, like so many, and sitting there.
Tell everybody, Troy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So this is how we would usually see it, because when we played with Troy, we were of course in Planescape, but it might give you some ideas of how the deck may make an appearance in your game. So hit us with it, Troy.
So the Tifling be sitting there in the corner of the bar, playing solitaire and cheating with the deck of many things. And of course, this is going to round up some kind of interest from our heroes. One, they see somebody playing cards. There's always somebody in the party that wants to gamble. There's always somebody.
The rogue is looking for an extra $1.
Always.
Hopefully it's
so
yours.
So the Tifling's sitting here playing solitaire and cheating. And of course, you can bring that out to the rogue or whoever makes
some insight kind of stuff is what you'd end up with in 5e.
You see this guy's playing solitaire over there with a deck of cards that you're not familiar with. The images are different than you've seen ever before.
Mm-hmm.
Even the artwork on the back of them. But you know he's playing solitaire and you know he's cheating.
The other way you get directed over there would be, hey bartender, what's going on? Like, nothing. But if you want a friendly game of cards, that feller's been shuffling for hours. Oh, okay.
Well, either you could have your other adventurer guy could have something either really good or really bad happen to draw the attention over to that corner. Because there's one of them where you draw the card and you get a castle. Like, congratulations, you are now a landowner. You get a castle.
So one of the other things I did in Planescape, they were going after a known assassin at one point, and this assassin, of course, has contacts, everywhere. Well, when they finally track him down and they capture him, and they're going through his stuff and finding poison darts and maps of castles that they've never heard of before, and little devices on how to safely get through different planar doors, they find not the entire deck, but they find like 2 cards, and by now they know what they are. But if you have just 2 cards, you need to be very specific what those cards are. We want to have one that's going to be where's the minor death? I forget which one it is.
Skull. Yeah, we just read that one. So
if you're an assassin, this is a very powerful magic item, especially if you know what they do. You can pull out a card and get somebody to pull it.
Well, so
you have to knowingly pull it.
Here's the thing. What if I mix this in with a regular set of playing cards?
Absolutely.
And then you're sitting there playing Old West style poker.
Old West
and
style
you're like,
poker.
Give me 2. And then they, oh no, death.
Death shows up standing behind you.
This
is what I was going to do with him, but when they captured that guy, he had a couple of the cards with him, and that was part of his tools of assassination. And like Mr. Producer pointed out, one of them was a castle. Well, one good way of killing somebody is to drop a castle on them.
Ta-da!
So there's a number of things that you can do with the cards to introduce them into the game. But with this set, this book is gone. There's anywhere from 2 to 5 or more pages on each card.
Per card here. So
And they talk about NPCs and planes that they're from, and all kinds of really interesting background history for each card.
the rogue card embodies betrayal and hidden threats. This chapter includes magic card decks geared towards resourceful, subtle, and skill-focused characters, as well as character creation ideas inspired by the rogue card. That is cool as heck. So
Yeah. So-
this is way more than just a set of cards, and it's way more than just a cool prop with a lot of art.
And in
been really
first
impressed.
edition, show you how much they've expanded this. Here, hold on.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
go back more.
So that's white box rogue.
Right. So, so the rogue, I got it, is the Jack of Spades. So the Jack of Spades, monster from 5th level underworld monster table attacks with surprise.
Oh, what the? Hey, look, you're being backstabbed. Welcome to
Yeah,
welcome to-
congratulations. That was from the 74 box. The rogue card in first edition, one of the character's henchmen will be totally alienated and forever hostile. If the character has no henchmen, the immunity of some powerful person, community, or religion can be substituted. You just pissed off an entire religion.
Yeah. So here we go.
The hatred will be secret until the time is ripe for a devastating effect. Oh, I pull this card. You as the DM say, nothing apparently happens.
That's great for the campaign that I'm running because my party has already pissed off the Thieves Guild.
Oh,
Well, here I'm digging deeper into the rogue card, and so one of the sections in this chapter on the rogue card is Heroes of Destiny. The Rogue Destinies table provides narrative ideas inspired by the deck of many things that players can use as prompts while developing characters. And so as you draw a card, if you draw the key, for example, you've had an unexpected crisis. Did you solve it quickly or did you hesitate and risk doom? The gem. Someone searches for the same treasure you do, and disaster will strike if they find it first.
this is that you.
This is again just looking through the so that's character creation as we go through, and we're just looking at the rogue. And so I mean, you could pull up another card.
We
It's
try
cool.
not to openly endorse stuff here, but I'm going to go on a limb here. This box set for the deck of many things, I'm going to give 2 thumbs up. It is kind of pricey at $99.
10 out of 10 would buy again.
Yes. And in fact, Borris bought one. I bought one.
Yeah.
So
It's
that,
cool.
that ought to tell you how much we're loving this thing. And I can't wait to start
Yeah,
incorporating it
yeah.
into a game.
Oh no, the jester card. Yeah, let's not do that one.
Your insides will be out. Your outsides in. Pain.
Oh, but-
Pain,
but-
lots of pain.
So, what we'll do is we're gonna wrap up the YouTube side of things, guys. This is fantastic. See it in person. Get your hands on it if you can. As a dungeon master, this is gonna have a lot of tools for you. As somebody who enjoys the game, just a cool thing to have. So definitely pick it up. And we're gonna get some pictures of this. We'll try to share it off a little bit more. Those will be available on our Facebook and Discord pages. And then if you find it at a retailer near you and you've got a little bit extra money, this is going to be cool. And I'm thinking here to myself, actually, if you know anybody who's into tarot, I know somebody who collects tarot decks for the art. This would make a cool gift for somebody that collects tarot cards or likes to do things with tarot cards. Since it's standard tarot.
I mean, it just says the deck of many things. It doesn't blatantly say, "Hey, look, it's a D&D thing."
True. So this is kind of fun, but thanks for joining us. This is Jester Borris with I Want to Be a GM, joined by
I'm Troy, the Planescape guy. I also am with I Want to Be a GM.
yes, and tell them where they can find us, Troy.
You can find us at .com, our Facebook, Discord, of course, because we're here now, and our YouTube. Those of you who know or don't know, I'll go ahead and tell it. We're turning off our Twitch channel by the end of this month. We just weren't getting the numbers there that we were hoping for. So we're going to do all our live stuff on YouTube and Discord from this point forward. So we will be doing more of these type of events to have fun in your face.
Join us, share your ideas. That's what it's all about, guys, and have a good game. So we'll see you next time.